The one time I decide to play tier elements. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, this is Marty with Team Beige, and today the newest Yu-Gi-Oh Banlist just dropped. We're going to be taking a look at it, and I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts. This is actually insane. I was literally drinking my coffee. I still have my coffee in front of me, and I'm going to just be looking at. I've already seen the list, but we're just going to be talking about it, so this is going to be... Let's just get into it. Let's just fucking get into it. Okay. So, this is from official Yu-Gi-Oh TCG on Twitter. Attention duelists, the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG Forbidden Limited list has been updated. These changes will go into effect February 13th. This is legal for YCS Vegas. If y'all didn't know that, it is legal for YCS Vegas. So, this is going to shake some things up. I think this is after Mexico City. So yeah, so if you're going to Vegas, be very much aware of this ban list. Okay, so Forbidden, we have Artifact Scythe, Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds, Chilman Kalos, which is kind of crazy, and Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf. So Artifact Scythe, not gonna lie, I kind of understand. The new Trap Trick Structure deck is coming out in, like, I think a couple of weeks, and honestly, like, good old Trap Tricks, they're gonna play Sanctum into Scythe, and Scythe has been a degenerate card that we've all been talking about for a while. So, as much, you know, like, I love the boy, but he had to go. Barrier Statue of Stormwinds, fuck that card. Literally fuck that card. Sorry, I just had to share my thoughts. But honestly, like, that this really affects Fluenderies. I think Kashtira had a line in which they could summon the Barrier Statue with the Raid Raptor XYZ. So they're definitely not doing that. But, honestly, I think this is a great hit because, like, yeah, Kashtira could just kind of play around it by summoning Unicorn, but, you know, this just, like, opens up, or makes Flu, like, less degenerate. I mean, I still am not a Flu enthusiast because of, I mean, freaking Shifter, but whatever. Kikalos is insane. So, like, we'll get further into this list, but this is very much like the OCG ban list that we saw months ago, where they hit Kikalos. This takes away your searcher. It's a mill. You lose the mill 5. You can't make Rulu Kalos, which is absolutely insane. I'm sure that there's gonna be a way to make Rulu Kalos, probably using like a King of the Swamp. I'm pretty sure. But that's still just so bad. And then Sprite Elf, this hits so many things. If you would ask me if they would ban Sprite Elf, I would tell you they'd maybe limit it. Because Elf is just used in tier Sprite, like literally everything that can make a level 2. But banning it, I mean, it's a good card. It's a good card. It was like on Halka Fibrex level of card design. Also, this limited list, Jesus Christ. So they hit Agito, Kelbeck, Keldo, and Midora. They hit all the millers, all the shufflers are now at 1. Which I guess is good because, you know, you only get one shuffle or two shuffles per game, 2 mills per game if you're deciding to play this. But it's just absolutely insane. I mean, like, these cards definitely need to get hit in some way, but we're really following an OCG path in terms of limiting the Ishizu cards. I think Nudora was still at 3 in the OCG. They just limited Keldo. So this is massive. I mean, what I've heard is that it's because of tier Ishizu that a lot of new decks coming out in Photon Hypernova that weren't Kashtira, we're gonna have a hard time competing in the metagame. Like Labyrinth being able to compete. I knew Labyrinth lists in the OCG were playing the Ishizu shufflers with the furniture to be able to just out tiers. So, like, this is this is definitely going to slow down, I think, the metagame, at least from a, like, mill perspective. But, I mean, if y'all haven't noticed already, Kashtira is, like, the best deck right now, and it's insane, which, considering how much those cards are right now, like, I'm hoping Labyrinth can compete, at least, like, in terms of new decks. to compete with Kashtira, because if we, it's very likely we're entering a tier 0 Kash, or like tier 1 Kashtira format. I don't know if tier 0 for sure, but they did hit Havnis, Merly, and Sharon to 1. That's absolutely insane. Reno isn't hit, so you can send these to get your combo. I mean, never mind. What are you making? Kit Kalos is banned. So you're either having to make oh god, I feel like you'd have to make the deck becomes like Kaleido Heart Control or something, because you just have to go Sharon or Reno send like Sharon, and then you shuffle back Kaleido, Sharon, and like another Aqua. Like, this is insane. I mean, you can like sprint. There's a combo that exists still for tier combo. I don't know how it's different now that Elf and Kit Kalos are banned. But it involves the Kashtiras. I mean, look at that. Kashtira is what could make tier viable. I honestly think if you're gonna want to play tier elements, it's gonna be like a Kashtira tier elements list, because you have to use like Dracosack to go into Cherubini. Cherubini sends the Havnis. You link the Cherubini and the Dracosack away for Sprint send Merly. That would let you fusion summon into Kikalos, but like, again, don't know what doing. Ancient Fairy Dragon, this is kind of obvious. It's got the errata recently, and also I feel like this is very much going to get a reprint soon, considering they gave it the errata. I'm trying to think of a card they did that for recently. They definitely did. I'm sure they definitely did it with Mercuria the Destroyer, is what's his face. I think they did that in the Legendary Duelist set once it got the errata. So expect an Ancient Fairy Dragon reprint soon. I'm happy to see this back. I really like this card. I used it in my first deck, which was Spiral back in 2017. Okay, Unlimiteds. This is super awesome. So Destrudo, Jitsynchron, Olion, Hulk is gone. Auroradon's gone. These are totally fine at 1. I mean, like, what are you doing with normal summon Jet Synchron into freaking Link Karibo? Like, it's not doing anything. Servant and Endymion, I think that's totally worth it. Like, fine. I mean, Pendulum isn't doing anything right now. I think, if anything, this is super great. Lithosogem, the Disaster. Nice to see this back. We don't have Calamities, obviously, since it hasn't been used since Virtual World. But, you know, I think it could still be a really powerful card. The new Dino support we got released last night is actually kind of insane. Yatagarasu, not doing anything. We're too slow into the game for this to be good. I mean, yeah, like, the closest thing that could play this is Fluunderies, and they have to small world into it, and it's not good. Spiral Resort, I'm super happy about this, not gonna lie. I fucking love Spiral. So seeing Resort back, I would love to see a Spiral deck become like relevant in some way. I have no idea what that would look like, but it makes me super happy to see that back. So thanks to everyone who's watching this. I know this is like the first video we've done since the 3v3, but with Photon Hypernova coming out and definitely this ban list, you're going to be seeing a lot of content from Team Beige. So hit that like button, subscribe, go follow us on Instagram, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.